Welcome to the Media Minute. It's your girl Yaya Martinez on the Pulse on Power 98.3, where hip hop lives. And I have on the phone that dude Joe Scudda.
Yeah, what's up, Arizona?
How you doing?
I'm cool.
You're cool. He's a little banged up. We were actually talking about the accident that just happened. How you feeling?
Sore as hell.
Anybody asked, you were like just in the ring in a UFC fight, okay?
Yeah, right. I think it's cool. I think it's more cooler that I almost got murdered by an 18-wheeler.
You kept saying
Not
tractor.
a trailer, 18-wheeler, same thing.
I was thinking like farmer tractor. I was like, how the hell did they get hit by a tractor?
No, it was an 18-wheeler. We were dry. I was knocked out in the front, and they said, I know we're like finished. Sean Don is screaming like, oh, everybody hold on, and I'm just kind of holding on, looking. We come back across the road. We're on the left-hand side, like the fast lane, and we swam into the guardrail. So we're like sitting in the highway horizontal, and he yells truck, and I look out the front window, and I see an 18-wheeler just speeding at us, and he T-boned us and like spun us back around. It was gnarly as hell. It was like a movie. I was like, oh, I'm about to die. Okay, so I just dropped a project on Tuesday. I'm going to die Wednesday.
Don't say that.
And it was free download, so my mom can't even get no money. Man, it's so funny, though. After we got hit, we and Sean Don turned around. We're like, everybody cool? And Josie Mo's bleeding out of his mouth. And we're all just kind of sitting there shaking the clouds web out. And, like, all the windows are busted out. And the truck is sitting there right on us. Pooh's in the back, and Pooh goes, I feel like we just got hit by a truck. I was like, you think?
Damn.
It was pretty crazy.
You
almost die with your boys. Like, it definitely bring you closer together. Still rocking with the people that are still rocking with each other right now. Definitely got love for each other. But that just took it to a whole nother level.
I don't know.
But I mean, our luck was going so good up to that point. Doe got pulled for going like 70 in a work zone. No blinker, no nothing, and was talking shit to the cop.
Wow.
And I was like, oh God, he's getting a ticket. And he came out, he's like, all right, I'm gonna just give you a warning, man. Just slow down. I was like, cool. And then my dumb ass, I'm in Chicago. I moved a truck. I don't got no license. I go down a one-way, the opposite way, get pulled by the DTs. They throw me in the cuffs, put me on the car and everything. Asked me where the drugs and guns were, destroyed the inside of the van, got out, was like, man, ain't nothing but CDs in there. He's like, man, let them go. Let me go.
Okay, so Not Your Average Joe just came out this past week. You got a lot of heavy hitters on there with the production team and everything. So why don't you let us know a little bit more of what the album is exactly about?
I got an album coming later, so we didn't want to call it an album. I just, whatever you want to call it, just, I hope they call it dope. But I got Evidence on there. Sid Rones did some beats for me. Crisis. I got Diz Gabron on there. Freddie Gibbs, Mr. Fab, Knowledge from Kids in the Hall. Couple new up and comers. Yeah, man. Static Selector mixed it for me, so it was pretty dope. I'm pretty happy with it. I got a couple concept joints. I got some joints where I'm just straight spitting stories like Robert Downey Jr.'s is just a crazy story. Yeah, I mean, I like it all. Like, and I'm such a hard critic on my stuff, and that's why it took so long, because I end up not liking stuff I do, but these are 14 songs, and I like every one of them.
All right, and I noticed you did bring up the fact that you had Freddie Gibbs on the album, who happens to be one of the freshman top 10, the XXL. What do you think about that list exactly? Like, how do you feel about that?
I'm not mad at that list. I'm actually not at all.
The whole thing, though?
Pill's on it. Pill. I really like Pill. Pill's dope. Freddie Gibbs, super dope. My boy Donis is on there. Let's see, Nipsey Hussle's on there. He's been doing his thing for a minute. J-Rock. I'm not mad at that list. Maybe.
Really? OJ the Juice Man?
You know what? I wouldn't call me a fan of him.
Hey!
But, hey, okay. But I do know that, there's a time and a place, and everybody has their lane in music. And, I mean, who am I to tell somebody what they can or can't do?
Would we be able to name off 10 MCs that Joe Scudda thinks, like if he had to make his own list, his own XXL list, like who would
my list?
Yeah, your list.
For the freshmen?
Yes.
Let's see, of new cats, I think Diz Gabron, who was, coincidentally on my album, is really dope. As far as new guys, I would say myself, but could I be a freshman?
Why not?
I think I could, right?
It's supposed to be about skill, which is why I was really surprised to not see. I was very surprised to not Skyzoo on there.
Skyzoo, Torre. Emilio Rojas is dope.
John Hope he's another dope candidate. He's very lyrical.
Yeah, I did a couple shows with him. John Hope is dope.
Yeah, and then
I'm about to say John Dope is Hope.
I think the MCs that more so like they sound believable are the ones that should have ended up on the list. Like lyrically, how do you feel about the line though? Like the line that people have between mainstream and underground. Like
I think it's steadily and slowly blurring.
Feels like it.
With cats, with people like your Pills and your Freddie Gibbs, and because I wouldn't consider them mainstream.
I wouldn't either.
They're underground, you know. And I think the line's blurring. Is getting to that point where okay, that's cool, but you need to be able to rap. And, you know, it was only good. I mean, it's good for people like me.
What do you think it's going to take to completely obliterate that line, that fine line between mainstream and underground?
Man, Joe Scudda putting his album out and later on this year. I think once I came to the point where I accepted that, where, okay, I'm not going to be on 106 and Park. I'm not going to be played in the club every other song. Once I accepted that, it was so much easier.
You know what, though? You can do mainstream rap because the people that, if you really think about it, the people that actually make it are the ones that don't have a gimmick. Let's say Nicki Minaj, okay? I'm not saying she's a full gimmick. I'm not saying it's all fake. That might just be the way she is, period. But, like, when you look at, you know, other female MCs like, you know, Foxy Brown and Lil' Kim and stuff like that, they kind of came, I don't want to say the same way.
I mean, I think so. I also think Nicki Minaj is, like, she's a gimmick to me.
Yeah?
No, whatever. Her voice is highly annoying. She plays the whole Barbie doll. I mean, that's a... You know what, though? And I ain't even mad at it. Everybody has some... I wouldn't call it a gimmick as much as I would call it, like, a stick, you know?
Like a plan. Game plan.
Yeah, everybody needs to have, like... Everybody's something, you know, in some shape, form, or fashion.
Right.
And it's just about branding yourself. That's where you come in the mainstream. Like, once that brand hits you and people start enjoying or believing or buying into that brand, I think that's when you hit mainstream. But I mean, I don't think for you to be mainstream, you got to make music that kids dig, and I'm not making no music for 13-year-olds. I'm sorry.
Right, I can feel that.
If you're a 13-year-old and you dig my music, I love you for it, but I'm not gonna make my music for 14-year-old and 15-year-old kids. Like, it's just because I'm done with that. Like, I did what, like, I'm done. Like, I did that. What y'all are doing now, I did years ago.
Right.
So I make music for people like me and people who go through the same things as me.
Right. So basically, Not Your Average Joe is a part of the Keep It Real team.
All day. And the thing is, I'm glad I get to talk about this, is Not Your Average Joe. Is the reason I titled that is because I really am kind of sort of your average dude. Like, I'm your average. I do average things, blue collar. Like, you know, I take care of my family. I go to bars. I have bills. I have problems. I have girl problems. Like, whatever. I was more or less talking about, like, the game, like the rap game. I'm not your average guy because I don't wear the big chains. I don't go to the club, to the VIP to pop, like, $500 bottles of champagne because it's disgusting anyway. Like, I don't do the quote-unquote things you would say a rapper would do. So that's why I called it that. I still drive a hoopty because I want to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I pull up to the club in a hoopty. I'm gonna hop out fresh, and you're gonna forget about my car. Like, people that dig stuff like that, I'm not into that.
All right, once again, this is Joe Scudda on the phone. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to go ahead and, you know, hang with us at the Pulse. Make sure you follow him at twitter.com/Joe Scudda and download Not Your Average Joe for free, man. Free 50. You can't beat that at joescudda.bandcamp.com. Preview it, download it, bumped it in the hoopty like he said. Go get your tall can. Watch out for 18-wheelers, and we'll see you on the road pretty soon, okay?
Of course. Thanks, babe. Arizona, I love you.
All right, it's the Pulse on Power 98.3, where hip-hop lives.